Good morning. Thanks for popping in. We're going to give it a couple of minutes to see if anybody else wants to hop in this morning. I put a lot of thought into this over the weekend. I don't need to beleaguer the point. Everybody knows what happened this weekend. And I think most of the people who pop into our lives, who follow our channel, understand the gravity of what happened. But there are some things that I feel are important to address. And I come to you very humbly. I don't have high expectations that I'm going to reach the masses, but I'm going to reach who I can. You know, when we got the news, we had just gotten home from an amazing day, celebrating our anniversary. We had a great time, and we came home and the news broke. An attempt had been made at former President Trump at one of his rallies. Regardless how the media wants to spin this was yet another action from the tolerant left. I'm not going to get into politics here. I'm going to get into being an American. That is my primary focus. And what you're seeing this morning is somebody who's very angry. This is as angry as I have ever been, except for a particular day in 2001. I need to talk it out. Grab yourself a cup of coffee or a vitamin drink or whatever it is you enjoy in the morning, and let's talk it through. I came to the realization of a very dark truth about myself when the news broke. I don't wish harm on anyone. I don't think it's much of a surprise. I am not now, nor have I ever been. Over 40 years of watching this guy, have I been a Biden supporter. I just couldn't get behind his, I couldn't. From his stance on people of color back years ago when he really wanted segregation, and on forward, policies, and I couldn't get behind him. So I didn't vote for him. As an American, that's my prerogative. I speak with my vote. Okay. And some of you may argue, well, it doesn't matter, it's all fixed. Yeah. In 2020, yeah, I would be inclined to agree with that line of thinking. However, as an American, I have a duty and a responsibility, and I will continue with that duty and that responsibility. See, there were a lot of people, so many of them, who were very close to my heart, who died to make sure that the rest of us could sleep in peace at night, so that we could wake up every morning knowing that our freedom was intact, that we didn't have to eat our pets to survive, that we didn't have to dig through dumpsters to survive. That we weren't oppressed, we weren't shoved under, we weren't drowning. And in the past 4 years, we have seen leadership thumb their nose at the founders of this great country and those who through generations continued to fight and uphold her. And now I'm angry. But I had to realize something, that even though I don't wish anybody any harm and I don't condone any kind of violence, I definitely was part of the problem. 100%. See, while I didn't vote for Biden, I have said in the privacy of my home or with close groups of friends, whatever, I have spoken very disrespectful things about the president of our country. And it dawned on me over the weekend that had I ever mumbled anything like that about our president in the company of my dad, who was a Marine, Korea, highly decorated, never talked about it, humble man. He would have backhanded me into next month, because you don't disrespect the president of the United States, whether you like him or not. My dad made no secret that he thought Jimmy Carter was a nice guy, but an abysmal leader. I remember that. I remember the day that Ronald Reagan was shot. I remember seeing how the Secret Service reacted that day, and I compared it to this one. It's awesome that the glass ceiling is being broken for so many people who wouldn't have had an opportunity to rise in the ranks the way they are now. But with that comes some very inherent flaws. We need people who are capable of the duties assigned to them. We need people who are adequately trained and who have proven track records. Look, I'm 5'2". And although I know I am a strong woman, I know this, that if I had been on security detail for President Trump, what could I have done? He's what? 6'3", 240, 250 pounds? How am I going to shield him? I'm 5'2". Okay. Know your limitations. We don't see any limitations because limitations are bad, apparently. Well, I'm here to tell you this morning that I have adjusted my thinking. I am praying harder than I have ever prayed for the leaders of this country. I'm praying that God touch them, crumble their stony hearts, bring every single one of them back to Him. Because let me tell you what's wrong in this country right now, and I'm just going to summarize it real easy. We have lost our moral compass. We are a bunch of unhinged, screaming, entitled brats throwing tantrums on a daily basis, and it has to stop. Somewhere we fell off the turnip truck And we got so badly bruised up that we can't think right. And I am over it. Now I'm angry. Change has to start somewhere. Let it start with us. Okay. And I see Paul Honeyman's in here from England. Good morning. Here's what I'm going to tell you. You're going to be baited hard over the next several months. It's only going to get harder from here, folks. You're going to be baited. Okay, if you lean conservatively, if you are a Christian conservative, you're going to be baited. They need a reaction. They need a negative reaction. They will not stop until they elicit a negative reaction. So how do you combat that? Here's what you do. Shh. Go about your business. Violence is not the answer yet. I'm going to tell you to crawl up into your Bibles. We need to get right. We need that armor on right now. We truly do. God blesses those who bring glory to him. Period. Bang. I said it. Can't wait to see how many subscribers I lose on that one. Oh, well. I'm not going to hide my truth. I'm not going to hide the ultimate truth. If we don't get our moral compasses back, lined up where they need to be, we're done. History has taught us that. Crack open a book. Google it. The decline of civilizations through history. Look it up. We don't need to be divided. We don't need to be unhinged. We need to be disciplined. We need to be trained. We need to be thoughtful. We need to be focused. We need to be razor sharp. And maybe some of you, I know for me, this year has been particularly hard. I got hit with pneumonia. I still haven't recovered from it. I'm still dealing with the after effects of it. My strength is not there. My stamina is not there. I was out staining the underside of the deck. We're building a deck. And I was out staining it yesterday. In the heat, yes. But it wasn't horrible heat. And y'all, I lasted an hour. That was it. And that's unheard of for me. Unheard of. But here I am. So what do I do to compensate? Let me tell you what. If trouble comes to my front door today, I can handle it calmly, coolly, collectedly, and with discipline. Because that's how I was trained. Once you get your mind right, the rest of it follows. And it's only logical. Okay? And maybe some of you don't want to hear this. You need to have your head on a swivel. That doesn't mean walking around paranoid. Don't be paranoid. Situational awareness. Know what's around you at all times. We're in a dangerous, unhinged world. Borders are wide open. Mental infirmaries all over the world are sending their folks here. That's not good. That's kind of dangerous. Keep your head on a swivel. Know who's around you. Know who's on your right. Know who's on your left. Keep your circle tight. Keep your powder dry. Keep the safety off. Yeah, I said it. I'm not advocating for anybody to go gun nuts here. That is not what this is. This is about getting your brain under control and having the discipline to keep control of yourself. Keep your mouth shut and go about doing what you need to do to keep you and yours safe. And if that means you need some more practice, hit the range. Go out back, do what you got to do. And if the pew-pews are not your thing, learn to throw a hatchet. Believe you me, I can pick up so many things right within my near vicinity and take care of business. Discipline and training. Yeah. That's what we're talking about. We got to get our moral compass back, y'all. We need to be praying for our country's leaders. We need to be praying through this political season. I don't like politics. I have never liked politics. This is not about red or blue. This is not about alphabet. This is not about any of those things. This is about getting back to common sense. Put the most qualified candidate in whatever position you have open. And that stands true unilaterally across the board. The most qualified. Not because of your color, your sex, or who you sleep with. None of that should factor in. It's about qualification. Okay? But let's turn this boat around. We can do it. I said this earlier. Good number of people very close to my heart have died defending this country. The question I had to ask myself over the weekend, am I the kind of American who's worth it? And that's a question we all need to be asking ourselves. Are you the kind of American who is worth it? Because if you don't understand the kind of sacrifice that is made for a person to put on a uniform and keep peace in this screwed up world, I implore you to look into it. Do you know what a Gold Star mom is? Do you know what a Gold Star dad is? Do you know what a Gold Star family is? Look it up. The sacrifice made by those who step into the footprints and raise their right hands encompasses their entire family. The sacrifice is by all of that family, for every single man and woman who serves this country. Have you ever seen a flag-draped coffin come off of a plane? Are you worth it? And if your answer, like mine, was no, it's time to do something about it. Let's get back to true north on a moral compass. Right is right and wrong is wrong. I don't care who's trying to tell you otherwise right now. And believe you me, the force is coming at us every single day. Will try to convince you that wrong is right and right is wrong. No, it's not, folks. Am I telling you to go out in the streets and start screaming about it? No. I'm telling you to do some self-examination. And if you see that something is cattywampus in your thinking, your way of being, you have time to fix it. So fix it. Y'all, I needed to come in here and I needed to talk about this. This is as angry as you will ever see me. I will not ever lose my basket, so much so that I will become unhinged, a screaming Mimi, throwing tantrums. That is not who I am. I am laser focused. I know what's going on. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm pissed. This is not how we behave. This is not how Americans conduct themselves. Straighten up. It's time to start flying right. It's time to start flying proud. It's time to have something to be proud of. How can you be proud of a bunch of mamby-pamby idiots screaming and throwing tantrums in the streets, lighting buildings on fire, tearing up stuff that doesn't belong to them? How can you be proud of that? Can't. We can do something about it. We can refuse to be part of the problem. So if you're one of those who's saying, gosh, you had one job, shame on you. You are the problem. Straighten up and fly right. Y'all, this wasn't a happy feel good. I know it. That's not what I came in here for this morning. But what I said had to be said. And I think there are a lot of people this morning who are saying the same thing. It is time to wake up. We ain't got time for this woke business. We need to wake up. We don't start turning it around, we're going to lose it all together. That cannot happen. One nation under God. Get there. I hope y'all have a blessed day. And remember, the effort has been amped up to confuse you and distract you and to get a reaction out of you. Your reaction right now should be, am I trained? Am I disciplined? Am I right with God? If anything is short of a resounding yes, then you need to get to work on yourself. Start with you. Because that's what I'm doing. I'm starting with me. Because clearly I have flaws. I have things I need to work on. I want every single one of you to find peace in your hearts. Okay? Get trained. Heads on swivels. Remain calm and focused. Here's a spoiler for you. God wins. So you know. I have cupcakes to go make, y'all. And I haven't even tackled my list of chores that I need to do this morning. This was on my heart. I needed to get it out there. I'm sorry for not acknowledging those of you who came in. I see I've got quite a few of you in here. Thank you for that. I'm going to get to work. And the work starts with me, and it starts now. I don't need to hit the range because apparently I still got it, honey. Y'all be blessed. Keep looking up and say thank you. Even in the dirtiest of times. Because trust, believe, and know, those times are character builders. Okay? They're there for a purpose. They're there to teach you. Open your mind and learn. Okay? So keep that attitude of gratitude in all things, at all times. Be blessed. And I'll catch you on the flip. Discipline, guys. Discipline, not violence. Discipline. Don't give them that reaction. Be proactive. Heads on swivels. Discipline. Self-control. I'm out.